Hi guys, welcome to HR Fundas and I am Disha. In today's video, we are going to discuss about termination. So I get a lot of queries from employees that I have been terminated. So what can I do? What is the next step that I can take? Or I am being asked to resign. What can I do? It's an urgent situation. Please help me. So I thought let me just make a quick video and share my thoughts or share what happens behind the scenes before you are terminated or what exactly is pressurizing the company to take a decision like that. So now the first question is, what is termination? So termination is an act of ending an employee's employment with the organization. It is an involuntary decision or it's an involuntary act because the employee does not want to leave. The company is asking the employee to leave. The company also does not want the employee to go, but there has been certain developments or certain events or certain situations which are forcing the organization to take a decision like that. Now the second question is, can a company terminate you? So the answer is yes, the company can terminate you. The company gives you an appointment letter when you join, and that appointment letter serves as a written proof. It mentions that there are certain policies and procedures in the organization that you will have to follow. If you fail to follow these, then suitable action will be taken against you. So either the appointment letter has all the procedures, policies written down, or they will tell you that there is an HR manual which has all the policies, or there are certain procedures which are departmental procedures that you need to follow. In case there is a situation like you have to leave because you're being asked to leave and you think it is not legal or you think it is not a fair judgment, then please make sure that you keep all the written communication with you. We will discuss on a case-to-case basis in the video, but try to keep as much written documentation with you as possible. Keep a copy of all these things because these will be useful for you in the future. Now, when is a termination illegal? If you do something wrong, then the company has all the rights to take suitable action against you. Now, when do you call a termination illegal or when is it unfair? When the company does not follow the protocol or the due steps to terminate an employee. So even if you have done something wrong, but still the company has to follow the proper procedure in termination. Again, we are going to discuss all this in a little while. If the company does not give you any proper documentation or anything in writing, then this termination can be challenged in the court. Or if the company is wrongfully implicating you in something that you have not done, or in a case, in a harassment case, or in some sort of act which you were not a part of, or they do not follow the written documentation or the procedure. So these are the three situations in which the company, the termination can be termed as illegal. Now, what are the reasons for termination and how can you stop your termination or how can you prevent your termination? Now, the first one is that your employment was for a given given time period. So it was a fixed term contract. So let's say you were hired for a position which was, or a task which had to be done for 6 months or 1 year, and the appointment letter that you were given clearly mentions that you are being hired from today for about 6 months or 1 year. The date is mentioned in the letter. So in that case, if the company or the employer does not renew your contract, so your contract or your employment stands cancelled as per the date mentioned in the letter. So if they want to retain you or if they want to continue with you, they will give you a fresh appointment letter or they will give you some renewal contract for it. If not, then it is assumed that it will be your employment will come to an end on the date mentioned in the letter. Now the next one is the continued absence from duty. Now this is the most common reason that employees go through, and this is the most often commonly asked question. What happens is that a lot of employees generally at the beginning of their career, because they are not very sure of how the corporate culture works, they are not very serious about their job, so they take it as, whatever they earn is fine. If they don't go to the job from now on, that's also fine. But that's not, the company does not look at you like a child anymore. The company looks at you as an adult, and that's the reason you have been hired for the job. So in case you do not wish to continue with the organization, or if you want to take leaves, n number of leaves, or you just don't wish to go back and see your manager, and hence you've decided to just sit at home or not respond to the company or not let them know of your plans, then it is not good, it is not appropriate, and it is unethical. If for whatever reasons you have decided to not continue with your job, please give in a proper resignation, give your notice period, and then resign. So many times it happens that you needed leave for some reason and the company could not give you leave because you were asking for too many leaves, which was not possible for the organization, or they had a very thin staffing, they could not give you so many leaves. And also it is not possible that if you ask for a week, 10 days, 20 days leave, it's not possible that the company will be able to give you leaves as and when you ask. So the right way to approach this is, first of all, you should not, first of all, you read the leave policy of the organization. So when you are onboarded, or when you go through an induction, the HR explains all the terms and conditions, all the policies. So please go through the leave policy. What does your leave policy say? How many leaves are you entitled for? Can you club the two different types of leaves? What is your leave balance at the time of you applying for a leave? What happens if you do not have a leave balance and yet you take leave? So when you read the policies thoroughly, you will obviously know what exactly is to be done and how you can approach a situation. Now, for example, if it's an emergency, there is something serious in your family and you really need leave, so the organization, the manager accommodate these kind of requests. So there is no need to just assume that my company will not give me leave and I should just stop going. It's always better to communicate and try to come up with a solution with the manager, rather than just assuming that things will not work out and the best thing that I can do is leave. See, at whatever level of your career you are, every experience will matter, and the higher you go in your career, all these things can hamper your career forever. So please try to follow the company policies and you will never land in a problem or land in a situation which can affect your career. So first, go through the leave balance. If there is not enough leave balance, ask for solutions from the HR or the manager. I'm sure they will help you out if it's some sort of an emergency. If not, then you need to figure out how you will cope with this. Ask for help from your family members or someone else who can help you out. Now, in case you are not very happy with your manager, so what do? Maybe the manager does not give you comfort level, he does not give you the support that you want. So in this case, you can reach the management, you can reach the HR, explain your situation, but if you think that still no changes are being made, then the best thing to do is to put in your resignation, serve your notice period and leave. Absconding is not a solution, because wherever it is going to affect your career, it is not going to affect the HR or the organization or your manager. Now, when you abscond for 3 days, what is absconding? Absconding means that you are on leave and nobody in the organization knows where you are or why you are not present on duty. So in that case, if you have not informed your manager that you are going to be on leave for whatever reason, today the technology is gone to an extent that you can connect with anybody on so many different levels, and still yet if you want to remain silent about your whereabouts, then the company will take legal action against you. They will send you letters asking you about your whereabouts. They'll give you a time period of 2 days, 3 days to revert. If you still do not revert, then they are going to send you one more letter, and then they might send you the final warning letter that if you still do not get back to us or join your duty, then your employment will be terminated. Now in this case, the company, do not be under the impression that the company needs you badly. They don't need you badly. What they are trying to do is they are trying to build up a case against you. They are trying to fulfill their documentation, and also they are giving you ample chances to get back. If you do not get back, then the end result is going to be your termination. They will simply tell you that now your services are being terminated and you can contact us for your full and final settlement. So this is the most common reason that the young people don't understand this. This can be a really big problem for your career or maybe for your next job, because wherever you go, you will be asked for your experience letter, which the company will put on hold because you did not serve the notice period or you did not give them a proper handover. So please make sure that you do not get caught up into wrong acts, and do not try to mess with the organization just because you do not like the policy or the manager. You always have the option to leave amicably and go on. Now the next reason is the performance issues. So many times, you're not able to perform to your best levels, or maybe the manager is not happy with your performance. So in that case, what can you do? Now you were the right fit for the job, and hence you have been given this position. Maybe you've been transferred internally, or you've been hired for this job. So if you are a new joining the organization, please read the probation policy, whatever is applicable in your organization. It will clearly state that your performance will be evaluated after the end of your probation period, which can be 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, depending on the policy. Now, once you're through with that, the company will evaluate your performance. If it's not good, the manager will give you one more chance to improve. There will be a verbal counseling between you and the manager. Then second step will be, if there's no improvement, then there will be a written counseling wherein the HR will be looped in. They will fill a form, they will take your signatures, they will tell you this is the support that you will get from us, and we wish to see your performance improve. Still, if there is no improvement, then they might give you 1 or 2 more warnings, and then they might ask you to leave. So in this case, what can you do? If you think that you are not able to do justice for the job, then you should ask for support. You should ask for training. You should ask to buddy up with somebody who will be able to manage your learning curve. But if you do not wish to learn anything or improve your performance, then your termination is something that you should see coming. Because if you're not able to perform on the job, then obviously you're not the right person for the role, and the company will not give you n number of chances. So make sure that whatever chances you are getting, please make sure that you make use of them. Please make sure that you give your 100% to the job, and the company is only trying to help you. It's not their wish to let you go. But if you think that the manager does not want you to be in the position, then either ask for a transfer. If you're in a bigger organization, ask for a transfer, move to another department, or again you can just resign and go. Because if the manager is not supportive, is not giving you any help, then slowly he will build up a case against you, and he is going to ask the HR for a termination letter for you very soon. So whatever communication you are getting from the HR or from the manager, this should be the first counseling, should be a warning sign for you. And in case you do not wish to improve, or you think it is too difficult for you to improve on this job, then please start looking for another job. As much time as you will waste here, you are just giving them time to make a strong case against you and fire you from the company. So please read your appraisal policy, your probation policy in detail. Now the next case is the integrity case. Now what is an integrity case? It's anything that the employee does which affects the or ruins the reputation of the company, or ruins the employee's relations with other colleagues in the organization. Now if you are involved in anything that affects the employees, other employees, or the customers, or anything which is related to the company, then obviously the company is not going to give you a second chance. So in most of the integrity cases, you are not really given a second chance. One instance is enough to terminate you from the organization. So something like sexual harassment, so what you should do is you should read the Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act or the policy. It is very common. It's available in all the companies. All the companies are required to follow this policy. Go through that policy in detail. You will know what kind of body language should you observe around people, not just females but males as well. Be mindful of your body language. Be mindful of your language around people. They can report anything against you if it is not as per the decorum of the organization. Read the code of conduct policy of your organization. You will know what time you're supposed to report, you have to respect the company's property, assets and everything. So go through the code of conduct, go through the disciplinary policy, which will tell you about if there is an indiscipline, let's say you get into a fight with somebody or there is an altercation. So what is it that you will face in case you are caught up in the act and the company decides to take an action against you? So as I've mentioned, that the company will not give you a second chance in case you are involved in anything like this. So please be very careful about what you are doing and which kind of people do you hang out with, and what kind of activities do you encourage, or what kind of activities are you involved in. Now the fifth one is the manager issues. So now in this case, what happens is that, and it is quite common, I will not say that it's always the employee who is at fault. Sometimes we get caught up with the wrong managers, with the managers which are very, very toxic. They are not supportive, they don't want to see you flourish, they are micromanagers, and hence they keep affecting your mental peace. So in this case, what can you do? See, if you are with a manager like that who is very abusive or very toxic, then there is no point buying time, because you cannot fight this person, you cannot change this person. But yes, you should reach out to the HR, you should reach out to the management, you should let them know what you're going through, and in case things don't improve, that you will have to look for another job. If you do not see any action against this manager from the organization, then it's best to resign and leave, because maybe things will just continue to go bad from worse from wherever you are. Now again, as I've mentioned earlier, if you're in a big organization or if you have a choice, please move on to another department so that it does not affect your career or your job stability, because that will be mentioned on your resume. In case that's not possible, then please look out for another job. There's no point fighting the system or fighting this manager anymore. But a very critical thing that you should do in all these cases is, especially in a case where you think that you are being implicated wrongfully, please make sure that you have a written documentation of whatever you are going to talk to your lawyer about, or whatever you think you are being the company is wrong. Please have a proper documentation. So what you can, if your manager just calls up and tells you that you are not required to come to office now, and they do not give you any written documentation about it, please go back to your desk. Maybe you write from your personal email ID, just put in a mail to him, to the HR manager or to the management, stating that you have just called me and you have asked me not to come to the office. I would like to get an explanation about that, or maybe discuss this in detail. And so please let me know what is the way forward. Please make a proper documentation. Please keep this in your record so that it will help you in case you want to take any legal action against the manager or against the company. And so I hope these tips will help you understand how this entire thing works. Termination is the last step that you should look at, and if you see things moving in the wrong direction or moving against you, please try to leave at the earliest. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your career, because for a very, very long time you will be asked as to why you left this organization, and if things don't add up, then obviously you will not be hired in that position. So please make sure that your conduct is good and you do not end up into a situation where the company has to terminate you. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Please share with your other friends as well, so that they can prevent any such action, so that their tenure with the organization is not impacted, and their career, they are able to flourish in their career. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.